going on, everybody? Alright, I wasn't expecting to make a video like this so soon, but given how aunties act and how they work and how they impact people, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So, the last time I was at an abortion clinic, I was talking with the escorts and with some of the staff members, and we were talking about the disbelief we have, because a lot of women, when you go into clinics, you don't know, like, for instance, my first abortion, I didn't know anything really about any of this, and so I knew my choice was right, so I didn't care what they said, but not all women are like that, and I'm not saying that I'm not better than anyone. I'm just saying that everybody deals with things differently. So if you don't know a lot about abortion, or if you're surrounded by a lot of people who are telling you abortion is bad and things like that, then these anti-choicers can hurt your self-esteem and can make you feel like you're bad, and you're not. When you look at what's happening, okay, you have a developing life, a potential life in you, right? A potential life in you. And I can make a whole video about why it's a potential life, whether it be from a religious standpoint or from my personal, just factual standpoint. Even if we're not going there. So anyways, moving on. When a woman says, I don't want to bring an innocent life into this world because I'm not ready, because of this, because of that, whatever the reason is, the simple fact is you don't want it, whatever. Being honest enough to admit that and abort what could become a potential child, what could become a potential life, when you're strong enough to come to terms with, you know what, I'm not ready right now. Maybe I'll never be ready. Maybe I don't want to ever be ready. But the fact of the matter is, right now in this situation, whether it be financially, whether it be just personally, whether it be mentally, whether it be just because you want to live and party right now, and that's just being real, because responsibility is massive. When you have a child, you can't be out partying all the time, and I know there are parents who do that, but all I can say is you're a disgrace. Your whole life changes when you have a child, and for a woman to be brave enough and strong enough, with all the bullshit that's going around us with these aunties, for a woman to be strong enough to stand up and say, you know what, fuck that, I know what's right for me, and I know what's right for a potential life in the future, what's right. And then go and have that done, despite the people outside shouting obscenities and shouting and abusive, harassing manners. That's a good woman. That's a strong woman. And that's someone that, if that's you, you should be proud of yourself. You have a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul. And you know that it's wrong to bring an unwanted being into this world. And it is. Adoption and me, if you've watched any of my videos, you know me and adoption are a big no. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I respect it if a woman chooses that. That's their right. But I disagree with it. For again, factual reasons and from a personal standpoint. But anyway, more on that later. The point of this is, if you're strong enough, if you are... I know these people say a lot of hateful and horrible things, but they're not factual, okay? They're based on opinion. And if anyone wants to, please email me what it is they say to you that's impacting you so much. Because I get emails from women from time to time talking about how they hate themselves because because the things that they're hearing from these aunties. I would really like to know which words it is, what lies exactly are the ones that are really hitting you guys, because I will come at you with facts as to why you're not a bad person, as to why you're not whatever the word is that they're using. You're not a murderer, you're not a sinner, you're not going to hell, you're not a bad woman, you're not less of a woman, you're not, you can still have children in the future, you're not at higher risk for breast cancer, you're not at higher risk for mental health issues. They come up with all these lies. Now think of this, if they have to lie about all of their facts, which are not facts but are actually opinions, but if they have to lie, and if they have to harass and abuse and try and use fear tactics on you, and try to use religious, again, fire and brimstone shit on you, is that really someone whose word you can trust, or should you listen to someone who will accept you for you no matter what you decide to do, because I trust that you know what's best for you and for the potential life you could be bringing into the world in the future. And making the choice based on, hey, this is the best choice for me right now. I've done that, and millions of other women, millions upon millions of other women have. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just you're responsible, because you have to be ready. You have to want it to be a good parent. And not wanting it and knowing that it's not right to bring a child you don't want into this world, how is that not common sense? Because these people are abusive, and that's how they get into people's head. I think the universe, they don't get into mine. But, and it's okay. It's understandable how they could get into some people's minds. But you're not bad. You're not a killer. You're none of the things they say they are. You're the exact opposite, and they don't want you to know that. Again, please email me. My email will be in the description if needed. I don't really check my Yahoo messages. Not Yahoo. My YouTube messages that much. Mainly because I don't really understand how. But hit me up on my email. And if I see your question, because I get a lot of emails, but if I see your email, I will happily answer your question. And maybe even make a video out of it. But again, you're not a bad woman. You're not a killer. You're not a murderer. Abortion is not wrong. It's not killing. It's being responsible. Children are not a punishment for sex, or they should not be. But aunties want to use them as such. That is criminal to me. How they treat women is criminal to me. But anyway, so that's that. You're not a bad woman. You're a brave, amazing woman. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart and soul. And when you make these choices, it's not like, so keep your head up. Remember, you are a good woman. Don't listen to liars. Don't listen to abusers. If they have to lie and abuse and demean you in order to try and get you to feel and believe the way they do, is that really, really something you want to be a part of? I don't think so, because you're obviously a good woman for making the right choice. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.